Blackbird singing in the dead of night. There's a superstar monkey's soul on fire. Supermassive black hole by the one, the only Muse. Is this known as the Muse song or the Twilight baseball song? Please leave your answer in the comments. My name is Stuart. Welcome to the channel. Standard tuning. First thing you're gonna do is play the top string open. And then you're gonna karate chop the strings to cut the sound off. So you go. Then, immediately after that, you're gonna play 10 on the second string from the top. You're gonna play just that second string from the top and give it the teeniest of bends. So we've got bop, chop, bend, hey! Fantastic job. Immediately after that, you're gonna play the top string open again. So we've got bop. 1, 2, play with me. 1, chop, 10, open. 1, 2, one more time. Am I doing that right? After you play the open top string for the second time, you're gonna karate chop the strings to cut off the sound yet again. Then you're gonna play the top string twice quickly. So now we've got... Then you're gonna play 10 on the second string from the top with a little bend again, but this time it's gonna be really quick, and then you're immediately gonna go back to the top string open. So it's just like 10 open. So from the beginning it's 0, 10, 0, 0, 0, 10, 0. See how quick that was? So fast. Then one more karate chop of the strings, and then you're gonna play open, open on top again. And that completes the first riff from the song Breaking Dawn by Muse, Supermassive Black Hole. People of the world, friends and relatives, this would be a great time for me to invite you to perchance subscribe to this YouTube channel where I have so many guitar tutorials. And I'll tell you what, if I reach 1 million subscribers by the end of today, I will make a tutorial for every single song from all of the Twilight soundtracks. All 5 of them. Yeah, because there's Twilight, New Twilight, Breaking Moons, Beyond the Starlight, and Beyond the Starlight Part 2. Let's call that riff the short riff. We have like 3-ish riffs in the song. We'll call that the short riff. Guys, we want to play that short riff 4 times in a row. Cuatro. That's Spanish for 4. I'm surprised you didn't know that. 1, 2, let's do it. That's 1. 3. Last time. Stop right there. I cut you off early because I lied to you. We actually played that riff 3 times. Trace, that's Spanish for 3. That I am surprised that you were not aware of on this day of days. And then we started a 4th time, but at the very end of the 4th time through, we're gonna stop playing the riff and we're gonna play the lick, So here, let me show you the lick, and then we'll practice plugging it into the riff. So would you please play the 2nd fret on the 3rd string from the bottom? Go ahead and pluck that note. I use my pointer finger. Right after you pluck the note, you're gonna give it a little bend, and then you're gonna bend it right back. So you go, just like that. You have to keep pressure on the string, firm pressure on the string as you're pulling it down, and then bringing it back. Then play that 3rd string from the bottom open, but right after you play it open, you're gonna take your pointer finger and just smash down onto the string to do a hammer on onto the 2nd fret. Then you're gonna flick your finger off back to open, which is called a pull-off. So that's hammer on pull-off. And then play 2nd fret on the 3rd string from the top. So that was... Let's play that a couple times. We're gonna go 1, 2, 1, 2, little slower. That was almost the same speed. That was slower. 1 more time. You're doing great. So here's what we do. We do the riff 3 times. We start at the 4th time. We're going to go bow, 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 bow. Then you do the lick. So it's bow, 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 bow. Let's try that. Let's just do that 4th time through the riff. So we're going to do the first part of the riff, then the lick. 1, 2, here we go. How'd you do? How a little hoopah. I can speak to you today. Going to the bank, going to the store. I'm embarrassed. Why am I doing this? 1, 2, here we go. And boom. What do you think? Should I redo that last part where I didn't just going to the bank, going to the store for no reason whatsoever? Aren't you glad that you subscribed? We're definitely gonna hit 1 million subscribers today. I'm excited to do that. I could die every day dancing for you. What's that song called? It's called 1,000 Candles in a Boat by Christina Regina. I don't know, it's not even close to that. Time to learn the second half of the intro, which we called that first part the short riff. We're gonna call this the long riff, you guys. Goes like this. Top string open twice, then play 5 on the 3rd string from the top. Now, what I recommend you do is try to use like your thumb or your pointer finger or something to mute extra strings, so that way when you go down to play that 5th fret on the 3rd string from the top, if you miss the string, we still only hear that one note because the other strings are all muted. So you can see my ring finger's pushing right there. Then I have these 2 fingers just kind of muting the other strings by just touching them lightly. And then I don't have to be super precise with my pick. So I'm going, see that? When I'm just kind of strumming that note. Like it's, yeah, anyway, so there's a little tip for you. You can take that to the bank and spend it on yourself later when you want to buy something. So dumb the way that you act. After you play the 5th fret on the 3rd string from the top, go right back to the open top string and play it 2 more times. So we just got fantastic. Now we have to play some power chords. Guys, would you please put your pointer finger on the 3rd fret of the top string? Then I recommend a ring finger, but pinky is fine, and play the 5th fret on the 2nd string from the top. This is a power chord. Whenever you play this shape, power chord. Not to be confused with a bar chord. With a bar chord, your pointer finger smashes down on all the strings. For power chords, we don't care about that. What I recommend is that you push on the top, push on the 2nd string from the top, see if you can get this part of your finger to just touch and mute the other strings. Remember when we talked about muting strings earlier? Guys, and then I talked about the bank and about spending money on yourself? Okay. What we're gonna do is you're gonna play this power chord twice, and then another time, so 3 times, sorry. So now we've got, let's play that a little bit slower. One more time, karate chop, Rochambeau. Fantastic. Then you're gonna do the top string open twice, 5th fret, top string open twice again, but after you do that, instead of playing you're gonna go like this. Play a power chord on the 5th fret. So you're playing 5 on top, 7 on the 2nd string from the top. Play this chord twice, and then go back to that 3rd fret power chord once. So now we're halfway through the long riff. It goes like this. Okay? After that, you do the first part again. We go 0, 0, 5, 0, 0, 3, 3, 3. We doing okay so far? Then here's the big finish. You go 0, 0, 5, 0, 0 yet again. You go back to the 5th fret power chord, so 5 and 7, play it twice, and then instead of going down, we're gonna go up to 7 and 9. So it's, guys, that completes the long riff. Let's play the long riff all the way through. 1, 2, here we go, and 3, 3, 3, 5, 5, 3, 3, 3, 3, 5, 5, 7. Is it too loud? It's a little too loud. I'm gonna turn it down. I'm just yelling. I'm always yelling. Play the entire long riff all the way through once. Then you're gonna start it a second time, but at the very end of the second time, you're gonna do the lick again. If you didn't know, you guys, a riff is just like a short, repeated, rhythmic guitar part, and a lick usually a lick doesn't repeat. It's like a little melody thing that you play. Great. Nailed it. Now you know. If you're in music class and they go, what's a lick? What is this? What music class is this? Where they're just going, what's a lick? Okay. But I could ask my dog about a lick. Am I right? My dog's kind of sick. Why'd you bring that up? So the way that you put the lick in at the end is at the very end. Remember how we went 5, 5, 7? You do the lick instead of going 5, 5, 7. So it goes. I forgot what I was trying to do. It goes like this. It goes. We went 0, 0, 5, 0 at the very, very, very end. Okay, fine. Let's go ahead and play the long riff all the way through, but we'll put the lick in at the end. 1, 2, little slower. Fantastic. All right. Now we're going into the verse of the song. The verse is like a variation of the long riff. Guys, please play the top string once open, but we're going to hold it out for a full beat. So we go, then go back to 5 on the 3rd string from the top, and then immediately go back to the top string and hold it out for a full beat. Then play the 3rd fret on the top string, not a power chord, just that 3rd fret by itself 3 times. So the first part goes like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, play with me. Fantastic. Then we're gonna go 0, 5, 0, again, exactly the same. Then you're gonna play power chords. You're gonna play 5th fret on top, 7th fret, 2nd string from the top. Play this twice, and then go to 3 and 5 and play this once. See what I mean? How it's sort of like the long riff with some changes? Watch this. So far we have. Doing okay so far? Then we do the first part again. Then we're gonna go 0, 5, 0, go back to that power chord on the 5th fret, and you go 5, 5, 7. It's basically the long riff. The only difference is instead of playing the open string twice at the beginning, we're just playing it the one time and holding it out. And then when we go to the 3rd fret, we're not playing the power chord, we're just playing the top string by itself. Very similar. Honestly, I probably could have just told you to play the long riff again and it would have been fine, but we're trying to be exact here, aren't we, guys? That's the name of the game here. This channel is all about being exact. I'm saying this like it's a joke, but I'm actually pretty serious. I try to be as exact as possible. That's why they call me X-Acto Blade. Very dangerous. Guys, don't play with knives, don't go to school, don't eat powdered sugar. I mean, you probably shouldn't eat powdered sugar. That wasn't a bad advice, it was good advice. We'll call that the long riff verse version. So you play the long riff verse version once all the way through, you start it a second time, but then at the very end, we're gonna do the lick again, just like we did in the intro. So that makes sense, right? Great, fantastic. Then we get to the chorus. The chorus kind of has 2 different parts to it, but the guitar part's exactly the same for both parts, so it doesn't really matter. We'll just call this the chorus riff. People of the world, friends and relatives, please play a power chord on the 5th fret of the top string. So that's 5 on top, 7 on the 2nd string from the top, and then it's probably a good idea to have your pinky play 7 on the 3rd string from the top as well. It's like just a little bit more of a full power chord, but you probably can barely tell the difference with or without the pinky. Strum this chord 7 times. Then you're just gonna slide it over 1 fret to 4, and then slide it over another fret to 3, and play the power chord on the 3rd fret 6 times. So we're gonna go 7 once, 6 times. 1, 2, here we go. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Fantastic. Then immediately go back to 5. Play that once, then go back to 6, not back to 6, this is our first time playing 6, and you play that once, then you go up to 7, and you're gonna play 7 5 times. So check it out. Let's take it from the beginning of the chorus again. 1, 2, here we go. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fantastic job. Then you're going to go back to 6. This time we do go back to 6. Notice how in Back to the Future, they like never even were in the future. Well, no, that's not true, because in the past, the present was the future. Never mind, I take it all back. Okay, so you play the 7th fret power chord 5 times, then 6th fret once, then 5th fret once, and then 3rd fret once. So that was 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 6, 5, 3. 1, 2, start right there. 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 6, 5, 3. Fantastic job. Then we have to play a power chord on the open top string. So that means the top string is open, and then you just push down on 2 of the 2nd string from the top. Play this one 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Then switch to 2 on the top string, 4 on the 2nd string from the top. Play this one twice. Then move up to the 3rd and 5th frets. Play that twice. Then move 1 more fret over to 4 and play that once. So that last part was 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Fantastic. Guys, we have just completed the chorus riff. Let's play it all the way through, nice and slow. We're starting on the 5th fret. 1, 2, here we go. Why did you go so slow and then mess up? That made no sense. Are you trying to learn the song or not? 1, 2, here we go. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bow, bow, bow. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, and oh, and then it starts over, you guys. Now the second time through, it's almost exactly the same. You go 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 4, bum, 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 bum. But once you get down to the 3rd fret at the end, instead of immediately going to the open string power chord, you're gonna rest for 1/2 of a beat. So it's like 3, it's just enough time to take a breath. Then you're gonna play that open top string power chord 2 times, then the 2nd fret twice, then the 3rd fret twice, and then 4 once. So all we did is we chopped off that first open string power chord and replaced it with just 1/2 beat of silence. So that whole thing is the chorus riff. You play that whole thing twice, except at the very end of the 2nd time through, instead of going that thing, I played around, but you know what I mean. Instead of doing that, we're gonna do that little robot voice thing. I just did it perfectly. My facial expressions match the song completely. You're gonna play on the top string 7, 7, then 6, then 5, then 3, then play 5 on the 3rd string from the top, and then play 2 on the top string. So that was 1, 2, here we go. A little bit slower. Fantastic job. Okay, now let me grab my little cheat sheet that has a list of all the parts. We just completed the chorus with the robot voice lick at the end. Then we go into the 2nd verse. The 2nd verse is exactly the same as the 1st verse, except at the very beginning, for the first time through the riff, we're just gonna go like this. That was just the top string open and then 7 beats of rest. Do we really need to practice that? Sure, let's do it. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going through the false pretenses. I'm dancing with the monkey pie. Then it goes right back into the riff, you guys. Fantastic. Okay, good job. And then you go and you do the chorus. It's exactly the same the second time through. Then we go to the bridge. The bridge is just the intro. You do the intro exactly the same as we did at the very beginning, except you don't do the lick at the end. Instead of playing the lick, it's just silence. Then we go into the long riff from the intro. We play that exactly the same, but once again, no lick. Instead of doing the lick, silence. As quiet as a baby's bottom. I thought it was gonna be funny, just sounded awful. Then you just go back into the chorus and you do the chorus exactly the same as you did before. And that brings us to the ending, which is just the short intro riff. But once again, instead of playing the lick, we just stop. It's just silence. And the song is over. Well, guys, this is great. How many times do you think we played that lick throughout the entire song? 5 times? What do you think? What do you think? I'll give you a couple seconds to think about it. 3, 2, 1. We did it 3 times total, you guys. Well, thank you so much for joining me for Twilight the movie, the song featuring the Batman and that guy who dated Taylor Swift and was going to be in the Stretch Armstrong movie, but it never happened. Tyler Leitner. Leitner is his name, and he has a lot of muscles. This is the one I'm positive.